Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the
Hump Day.
edition of Today in Sports Betting. Doing it on the baseball side. We know we got basketball going. Make sure you guys check out our video on our play-in previews. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We always appreciate the effort. Well, we're going to start it off with a couple of the games that have our attention here in this one. Both of them are going to be night games, by the way, so that's helpful. Scott, we're going to start off with one of my favorites. I love this kid. It is Trevor Rogers and the Miami Marlins as they go up against the Philadelphia Phillies and Zach. I always want to say Elfin. How many times do you think he's been called Elfin at school, Scott?
I'm trying to think of how many times we've had this conversation.
Have we had it more than once?
I think we've had this like twice.
Okay. All right. Well,
I think I set the over-under like 100, and you're like way over. Got to be like 800.
That does sound like us. So Zach Eflin goes. He's been fine this year, Scott. He's no Trevor Rogers, but he's been okay. Phillies in this one, minus 125 for the home team there, Scott.
I can understand it because the Phillies are good at home.
Right.
They're 2 games over, 22-20, but they are 14-6 at home, so they have been very good at Citizens Bank Park. Miami, 5 games under, 4 games under on the road. Sounds like most years involving Miami. But Rogers, 5-2, 1.84 ERA. He's been fantastic. I'm not really going to overthink this one. I'm going to go with the first 5 under. I think Rogers holds his own. I think Miami's offense is still terrible. I think you'll see a pretty low-scoring game here. In terms of the full game, it's Miami or pass. Just looking at value alone, you're going to be plus money with Rogers. But I'll go first 5 under because I don't trust either offense in this situation.
I think that's the play. This is Miami is kind of the Milwaukee of the National League, where they have some really good pitching and absolutely no offense.
I think Rogers is like the Bumgardner of the staff because they lose for every other pitcher except for when Rogers pitches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is kind of the way. That is kind of the way that's gone lately. And they did pull off a win over the Dodgers with Pablo Lopez, but yeah, they've wasted some good performances by Sandy Alcantara, and they've obviously wasted some good performances by Rogers as well because he's not perfect on the season. So, yep, I think it's going to be a positive play for me as far as the side goes. I agree with your first 5 under. This one is listed at 7.5.
4 juiced probably.
Ew, that'd be nice. That'd be nice if you can get it. If you can get 4 juiced, take it. I'd play it up to minus 130 probably. And and probably I'd lean full game under, but if you can get first 5, I'd play that. That's gonna be a much better play. All right, Scott, let's move on to I don't know. You've got a Cy Young ticket on, and how do you feel about that?
Well, everything went out the window because I got Trout MVP attached to both, and he died.
Oh, you had parlays on both?
Yeah. I think one was like a 25-1, and one was about a 40-1. I think.
I didn't know you keyed Trout.
I keyed Trout. Looked really good early, huge favorite, and then of course he got injured. He's out for like 2 months.
Of course, we're talking about Corbin Burns, pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers.
How about that offense for Milwaukee?
What's that?
How about that offense for Milwaukee?
Oh my God! I witnessed that tonight.
Yeah, you saw it in person. How did that feel?
It felt like just like it looks like it feels on TV, except a little chillier.
Okay.
It's a little chillier and a little wetter. We had a nice little. Here's all you need to know about that game. They played it in 3 hours, Scott, and they had a rain delay in the middle of it.
Okay.
Still got it in 3 hours.
Nice.
Yeah, so at least it wasn't one of those 4-hour, 2-0 games. But it was, it was. Brandon Woodruff was on the mound for Milwaukee, and he pitched very, very well. Not a lot of hard contact for the Royals. They ended up scratching across a couple runs in the bottom of the 8th. But the surprising part was, well, I don't know if the surprising part was how bad the Milwaukee offense was, or Chris Bubich actually looked like a very good major league pitcher, which is kind of unusual. He's been good out of the bullpen this year, but this is his first start. Goes 6 innings, 1 hit ball, Scott.
Nice.
Yeah. That was
I can't see his bullpen's been bad anyway, and the Brewers couldn't touch them either.
No, they shut him down for 3 innings. Fantastic. Of course, I was, like I said, I'm in Kansas City and wore my Royals gear. and I'm absolutely loaded up on Milwaukee first five, Milwaukee run line, and never had a sniff. Never had a sniff with either one of those plays. So
should have asked the hot dog vendor if you could hedge.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. So tonight, with Scott, these two teams go at it again. And the Royals, it was a nice victory for Kansas City because Milwaukee is in town just for a 2-game series, and they get Woodruff and Burns. They didn't exactly spinning the wheel very well there as it lands on Woodruff and Burns. So they managed to beat Woodruff. Poor Woodruff goes, like I said, 8 innings, 1 earned. He takes the L. Take your L. Sit down, you Milwaukee Brewer. So now we get Corbin Burns. Corbin Burns, all you need to know, he's made 6 starts. Brewers 2-4 in his starts.
Yeah, he's the new DeGrom.
Huh?
He's the new DeGrom.
Yeah, he really is. His official record is 2-3. The team is 2-4 in his starts. 1.57 ERA, .641 WHIP, 68 strikeouts on the year. Scott, how many walks?
Uno.
One time. One walk on the season. That's a pretty good ratio, Scott. I don't remember always what a good strikeout to walk ratio, but I think 68-1 is pretty good.
Sounds pretty good.
And we've got to lay a little money on him, but
warranted potentially because of
do we go back to the well? When I say we, I mean it in the royal we. Do I play this again? Do I play it on the run line at about even money?
Are you ready to get hurt again? That's the question I have to ask.
You know, it would serve me right for betting against my home team. But Brad Keller goes for the Royals. Brad has not been fantastic on the season after a stellar 2020. 3-4 on the year. Team is 4-4 in his starts. 6.75 ERA and a 1.86 WHIP. When bad Brad has been bad, he has been very, very bad. But he's pitched better lately. He went 5 innings against the White Sox, gave up just 2 earned. Kansas City ultimately pulled off the victory there. And the game before that, he went 6 innings against the White Sox, gave up 3 earned. And that's an official quality start. So is Keller getting better? I think he is. I think he struggled at the beginning of the season, especially in his first 2 outings. 2 or 3 of his first 4 outings were absolutely dreadful as he gave up 15 earned in just over 4 innings. So that'll ding the old ERA, but he has been serviceable lately. I think I'm just going to play the under here, Scott. I think I've learned my lesson. I don't see the Royals getting much going against Corbin Burns. Now, the one knock on Burns, Scott, is you would think for a guy that doesn't strike or that doesn't walk many batters,
he doesn't go too.
You think he'd be able to go deeper in games, but he does not. He is yet to complete the 7th. He's gone 6. He's gone 6 4 times. So he's not a glass arm. He's going to have to go 4 or 5, but he's not going to go 8 like Woodruff did.
I'm looking at it like the other game. If you get a juiced 4 on first 5 under, I got to take it.
Yeah, as this one sits at 7.5. Yeah.
You're looking at the Brewers. Burns, of course, is great. They can't score anyway. They especially can't score whenever Burns pitches. And Keller's actually been decent lately. So if you're going to give me 4 in the first 5, I got to like the under.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I also don't hate Royals team total under. I'm assuming it's going to be 3.5.
There's 3.5 on DraftKings, but around like minus 150.
Yeah, I would have thought it would be some serious juice. I honestly really don't care. I think it's a good investment.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think for that to be profitable, you've got to win it at minus 150. You've got to win 60%, 67%, right?
Which sounds very doable with Burns on the mound.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that cashes 65, 70% of the time, and I know that's.
I think the way you lose it is if the bullpen blows up.
Yep. Agreed. All right. Anything else on the card get your attention?
Well, I'm still not sure what I'm making for play today. So there's one game I'm looking at, which I'm not fully sure if I want to do. But looking at the rest of the card, you got Ohtani on the mound against Savale. Do I really want to lay 134 with Ohtani knowing the Angels' bullpen's going to blow it for him again? Probably not.
First 5, baby. First 5.
Yeah, first 5 would definitely be a way I'd look at that, but
especially if he's not going to walk 9 batters.
Do I think Seattle can get a hit? That's a better question. They're against schoolball, so they better be able to get a hit. But
Is that one too easy, Scott? Over 8.5, as you have the 6.26 ERA against the 9.
It's definitely an interesting matchup to say the least. But I'm just throwing it out there. One thing I do like, though, I do like the Giants-Reds under. Worked out yesterday. Giants won again. I believe they're going for the sweep.
Mm-hmm.
If Gausman on the mound against Miley, you know I'm a pretty big fan of fading pitchers off no-hitters. But the Giants aren't great at hitting, and Gausman's been very good. I see a low-scoring game there. I like the under.
Hasn't Miley made another start?
No.
Since his no-hitter?
I don't believe so.
It was his last time out?
Yeah. As far as I remember.
Okay.
I believe it was last week, so I'm pretty sure it was his last start.
No. Miley got lit up by Colorado.
Oh, he did?
Yep. 3 innings, 8 earned.
Oh, so I can't even fade him after a no-hitter. Well, that's just a waste of time.
You could have, and you'd have been really profitable. Oh, no, they end up losing that game.
They
end up losing 9-6. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't remember him pitching against Colorado because why would I go out of my way to follow Colorado and Cincinnati?
Herman Marquez, baby.
Yeah, apparently I missed the boat on that one, but
this is the part where I tell you. By the way, this is the part I tell you. It's your job.
Yeah, I know. I gotta like the Giants.
That's why you would follow those teams.
It just slipped my mind, but I gotta like the Giants also in that spot.
Yep.
They have what, the second best record in the National League, the best record in the National League.
It's right up there. I didn't think about it in those terms, but certainly nobody in the East is better.
I'm telling you, they have like a top 2 record in the National League.
They'd have to. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I give
Gausman's been great
for a while.
We talked about fading Castillo yesterday, who actually was not awful, but Desclafani was very good.
Still worked out though.
Reds have been getting killed in this series. I got to go with the Giants.
Yeah, it ain't going to change. He's given up. Gausman has just been – he's been unbelievable, Scott. He's given up 1 or less in 6 of his 7 starts.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm sorry. He's made 8 starts, 7 of his 8 starts.
It's impressive.
He got beat up against Cincinnati, but in a game that they still won, by the way. So, and even then he was a gamer. He went 6 innings, gave up 5 earned, but he was in there pitching. So,
but he tried.
Yep, he did. He gave up 2 home runs in that game. He's given up 2 home runs the entire rest of the season. So
you think 10.5 is too high of a total for Richards versus Stripling?
You know, I've tried to fade Stripling at every turn possible.
It worked out for you last time.
It did. What time of day is that game?
I believe it is a night game at around 7:30. I don't know about the weather.
You say 10.5?
Yeah.
Man.
It's a high total.
That is a very high total. That's the highest total I have seen outside of Colorado.
It's a tie. I saw it with another 10.5. I forgot which one though, but I have seen another 10.5.
Okay. Well, this is a Toronto team that's been, I think, bopping pretty good down there in Florida.
They have been.
If I'm not mistaken, they average 6.1 runs per game at home. Mm-hmm. So,
and Boston's a top 5 offense in the league.
Yep. Yeah, Boston beats up on right-handers as well. They do. They score a lot more on the road than they do at home. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like either one of those pitchers. Both of them have decent bullpens, but yeah, you give me Garrett Richards. Yeah, no, I mean he did pitch well his last time out, but I'm going to think Stripling probably gives up 5?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
So I don't know. We'll see how long he goes. Yeah. I don't really want to touch the total there. That 10.5 still seems a little strong, but I would play Toronto -120.
Yeah, that sounds fair. But
two bad pitchers going at it here.
I'm going to look at Boston team total. It's around 4.5. I know it's juiced to about -130.
Yeah.
But Stripling stinks, and they're getting 9 at bats.
Yeah, I don't hate that either.
Yeah, but anyway, those are all the games that I want to talk about.
Solid. All right. I'm trying to think of anything else gets my attention here. I am tempted by the Screwball Gilbert over in the Detroit Seattle game. Yeah, give me a green.
They really got no hit by Spencer Turnbull.
Yeah, Turnbull, he's got good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Great stuff, apparently.
This is I said it last year. I said it in 2019 that this Detroit staff had a lot of potential. But
what is there, 5 no-hitters this season? 6? What is happening?
The ball. This
Ball with some substance stuff.
We were talking about that tonight with my buddy, who's a massive sports fan as well. Went to the game with us, and I sent him a couple of links, and he's totally down the rabbit hole now. He's absolutely convinced that we're right.
So. Yeah, he saw a 2-run game for 3 hours. How do you think he feels?
Yeah, good point. Although in fairness, Woodruff's been good for a while.
He's been great. And we've talked about him being the most underrated pitcher in the league, but it's just so painful to watch some of these games.
Yeah, this one, and this, like I said, even though this game went quick, it was painful to watch. It was fun to be out at the ballpark. Don't get me wrong, my home team won. I'm not bitching. It was nice to be out at the ballpark for the first time in 2 years. So that part was cool.
Crowd full?
Beautiful night, had nice seats. Yeah, it was fine.
A lot of people there? Or
No, and I think it was because they've got it cut, I think, to 40%. I think they can put 17,000 in there.
Okay.
And they didn't have 17,000.
If they were good, they might have had 17,000.
Yeah, that's. I mean, and that's in fairness
not terrible
on a school night in May. Yeah. You're not going to draw 17,000 anyway against the Brewers.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice hand for Locane, by the way, when he came up to bat the first time.
He deserved it.
I don't know if he's been back or not. We talked about that, and surely he's been back since 2015. But
he might have. But it might be one of the situations where every time he comes up, they cheer for him anyway.
Could be. As at least the first at bat of the game. So I'm
really curious if Royals fans cheer whenever Wade Davis comes into pitch. I don't even know.
I don't know. We were lucky enough not to see him tonight. We saw man bun.
I'm assuming you cheer for Hosmer and those guys whenever they come to the plate.
Yeah, that would
like Moustakas, like those kind of guys.
So I don't know if you saw how the game ended. It's a 2-1 count, and they throw a pitch to Abasel Garcia that they appeal to the third base umpire.
Okay.
And they call it a strike.
Okay.
And he goes nuts.
Okay.
He's run. He's done. They run him. 2-2 count. He's out of the game. Counsel comes out. They run him. This is 2 outs in the 9th, by the way.
It's a good time to try to spark with 1 strike left in the game.
They bring in they bring in my favorite player of all time, the Chubb Master.
They bring in Vogel.
They bring in Vogelbach, yeah, and Stallmont throws him a curveball, and he about half whiffs it. That's it, ball game right there. He thought he's sitting dead red. He thinks Stallmont's going to throw him a heater. No, is there anything harder than that, Scott, in sports? Coming off the bench with you're the tying run at the plate, 2-2 count, 2 outs in the 9th. Have a good time, buddy. Enjoy.
The only thing I know is that Counsell should have definitely got ejected sooner because he just went through 8 2/3 with no runs, and your offense has been awful all year.
Yeah, light a fire.
Where's the passion been?
Light a fire. And the other thing, Scott, that surprised me before we get out of here, a lot of Brewers fans. We probably saw.
Now, were they actual Brewers fans, or were they just drinking a lot?
No, they were eating Sheboygan Brat, so we knew they were Brewers fans. No, they're all wearing their Milwaukee gear.
Nice.
And yeah, it was a good time. So anyway, Milwaukee's kind of the Kansas City of the North. It's like they're very similar cities.
I read that somewhere.
There you go. All right, guys. As always, if you're looking for more information on any of these games, make sure you stop by and check out winnersandwhiners.com. If you're looking for extra doses of me and Scott, make sure you check us out every single day, every weekday, by the way, 4 p.m. Eastern time on WWPR 1490 out of Tampa. You can get it on your computer. You can get it on your phone. Just go to their homepage, and they'll have a listen live link. And if you're in Tampa, for God's sakes, listen to the show. All right, and call in. We always look for callers. We'll handicap any game or talk sports, whatever you want to do. It's no big whoop. It's coffee talk. For myself, for Scott Reichel, for all of us at Winners and Winers, wishing you guys nothing but the best today. Hope every one of those tickets in your pocket turns into cash money when you head back to the window. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow on Today in Sports Betting. Take care, everybody.